gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the road to glory. We are about to go into the brand new team of the seasons when it comes to looking at which ones we want, maybe, which ones would fit into this team, if any, and of course the objectives and the SBCs as well. But before we do that, we need to talk about foot swaps as well, because I don't think I talked about that yesterday. But before we do that, we do have some packs to open. I managed to stack up through League SBC method and marquee matchups. I got 69 packs together, most of which were, I think, 40 or so, 45 were tradable, rare Electrums, rare mixed players. I've got 7 45k packs, 2 35k packs, and a whole host of other packs in there, as well as about 20 3 common upgrades, because 7 of the team of the season in packs right now are non-rare as a base card. I think 3 of them are silver as well. So if you open silver packs, you have got a not a reasonable chance, but there is a chance of packing a team of the season in there. A couple of them are decent as well. Dumfries, I think, is one of them. But with that being said, I'm just going to show you the highlights of those packs. I'm not going to show you all 69, otherwise we would literally be here for 3 hours. But let's get into those right now. Small gold players pack. I don't know how many of these I've got. To be fair, though, you've still got a decent chance. Oh, it's a board. Hello. Is that an inform? No, it's not. I read it wrong. Colombian right mid. Cuadrado. Happy days. That's, money-wise, maybe. But I'm thinking just for the Juve. I don't think I did Juventus in League SBCs. How much is he selling for? About 8k. I'm going to keep him for now. I might submit that into the Juve League SBC instead of having to buy whomever it is I have to buy. Another small prime. Board this time. Finally. It's been ages since I've had a board. Uruguayan Jimenez. Hey, I'll take that. I used him yesterday. That's about 8k's worth of centre-back right there. Not bad. Nothing. And... oh, a board. Go on, mate. That is an inform. Go on, be 80 plus. Are there any 80 plus? What's that? Small rare Electrum. Let's do that. Small rare Electrum. This is a relatively good pack, to be fair. Oh, it's a walkout. It's not a blue. I'm alright with that, though. It's an inform. What the hell? Who the hell is this? Oh, it's Martinez. What rating is he? 84. Okay, I mean... yeah? Can we get a walkout, please? Iniesta would do. No? Great. Well, I've just opened 5 15k packs and not got one board, so that's what I think of 15k packs. Let's do the small prime goal players pack. Walkout. Be blue. You know you want to. No blue. No blue. Don't be Iniesta. Not in the mood for that. Be Verratti. Oh, get in. Just what I wanted. Don't know why. Wasn't really feeling that one. I saw walkout and I thought, but a Verratti is a cheeky little 25k. But we've got plenty of chances to get ourselves another walkout. And back to back, maybe. Small prime goal players pack. Our last one. No. We do get a board, though, which is decent. Brazilian is good as well. Centre-back is awesome. Miranda is fantastic. 85 rated. Don't pack that guy very often anymore. Used to pack him quite a lot, but not had him for a while. That's pretty good. I like that. Anything else lurking in that pack? No, but still, that's very, very nice. How much did he sell for? He's about as much as that Verratti, which is incredible when you think about it. 2 25k's left. Come on, let's see something decent, even if it's just a board. No walkout again. That's fine if we can get a board. We can get a board. Nice. Brazil. Oh, centre-back. No, right wing. Hey, I'll take that, though. Malcolm, is it? Not bad. I actually guessed the nation then. I live for walkouts, not on this occasion. Board? It is going to be a board. Can it be better than the last board, though? French, yes it can. Left back. Oh, hello. That's Hernandez. I don't think I've ever packed him. I reckon he might be selling for something because it's just not a card I ever see. Yeah, he is. He's selling for a lot more than what an 83 would normally sell for. So I don't mind listing him straight up. It's a board, though. Oh. So there we go. Nothing too crazy in those packs. What you're seeing on screen right now, though, is me basically having sold the informs that I have in the club. I've not sold all of them, but I've gone through all of the 82s, the 81s, and a couple of the 80s that were worth money, and I've sold them. Foot Swaps is going to give us a couple of informs back. There are still 80 plus informs in packs right now, and you've seen that I've packed them already. We've got an 84 Martinez. There's a couple of others in there as well. So chances are, with the sheer number of packs I'm going to be opening this week, because I am going for it League SBC wise, and in particular going into next week as well, we will get them back again. I'm not bothered about not having informs in the club. Saying that though, I do still have informs. So there's a whole page of informs there, an 81, two 81s in fact. They're worth about 25k. And then these 80s, 79s and lower ones can go from anywhere from about 20k down to about, 10k, let's be honest. But I do still have informs in the club. So it's not like I'm completely deprived of informs. It's just that I thought I'd cash in where I could. So selling Joseph Martinez for 40,000 coins seemed a sensible idea. And if we go up to the transfer list now, I've already sold him. But this is another thing. So I have an awful lot of bronze cards in my club, obviously, and a lot of the MLS bronze cards, and indeed the Chinese League for a different reason, are selling right now. So in weekly objectives, there is an objective to use MLS players in squad battles matches to get yourself a foot swap token. So that's one reason, and they are used in marquee matchups. So there are two reasons, and of course League SBCs in general. So 3 reasons to want to have MLS cards in your club. Bronze packs right now are so profitable because these are so common, and if you pack a rare MLS card, they can be worth up to 2,000 coins, especially ones with pace like this guy, because people want him to be able to go into the games with. The gold cards, if I clear those off, the gold cards from the MLS can sell, like Alessandrini, for quite a lot. So I tried to list him for 5k. Obviously he didn't sell. He's back down to about 3k now. I think I just saw one there for about 2,000. But if I try and sell him for 3k, I'm pretty sure I can sell him. I am more than happy, by the way. I'm just going to relist these. I'm more than happy to sell my... I've got him out of bronze packs, by the way. I've packed him twice now, which is awesome. But I'm more than happy to sell my MLS players and not worry about that league until after the objectives are done or the player prices lower down a little bit. But made a lot of money. As you can see, we're on 977,000 coins. I'm really not sure where you guys saw me last. In yesterday's episode, I actually went down to below 800,000 before those packs. So even though those packs basically didn't give us anything, we had a walkout in Verratti, we had a walkout with the Inform Martinez. Both of those together sold for around 65k, which is not an awful lot of money at all. We got Miranda in there as well, which indeed sold for about 22. So, what's that? 80 something, 85, 87 after tax, who knows, about 85k. So we've actually managed to make around 100,000 coins back in selling MLS cards, Chinese League cards, because they're used in marquee matchups as well, and just the dupes from those packs. So it's crazy how much money you can accumulate. I have a whole host of squad fitness cards in the club as well that I've been stocking up for the week, ready to sell now that it's weekend league. Let's go into squad builder challenges before we do anything else though, and have a look at foot swaps that was dropped yesterday. Of course, I didn't just lower this down so you don't see that light. It was bugging me. God knows how much it was bugging you. So yesterday we just did rewards, which was a pretty good day. Ben Yedder has been an absolute revelation, keeping Ronaldo out of the team justifiably as well, because he is brilliant. Really big fan of big Ben Yedder. But this is a foot swap, so it's come under fire through a lot of people saying that it's not good enough. I'm of the opposite opinion. I think it's fine. I don't mind it at all. So this is repeatable for those who have like 1 token left at the end of the month who don't know what to do with it. So, that's that. It is what it is. I kind of wish they'd bring back that recyclable one though, because I've got a couple of tokens here or there left from previous weeks. It would have been good if they just left it there. I don't know why they didn't. Lecture and Players Pack is irrelevant to most people, I would have thought, unless you have 2 items left at the end of the week. Marquinhos is the first big thing you come across. I think I'm going to do this. A lot of people keep asking me, what do I plan on doing? I'm torn between one of the 14 token options and 3 of the others, and I'll go through them. So Marquinhos is the first one, only 3 tokens required, and I'm very close to being able to just get that straight away, right? And there's a reason for it, and it's basically SBCs. The Rare Mega Pack, that's up to you. I don't think that's worth it personally. Liga NOS Team of the Season is another one of those that I'm very tempted by, not because there are players there that I want necessarily, but players in there for sure that could help, but it's because I'd have about 5 tokens left over after maybe picking up Luka Modric. So Luka Modric is an option, 92 rated. He would actually fit into the club, and he's not a bad card at all, but not really what I'm looking for at this stage of the game. So that for 6 tokens. Marquinhos then for 3 takes you to 9. And then, of course, you've got the Liga NOS guarantee, which is 5, takes you to 14. If I were to get all 14 tokens, I could get Modric, Marquinhos, and the Liga NOS Team of the Season guarantee, which would leave us with the 92 rated inform to go into, I don't know, for instance, a high-end Icon SBC. And that's a very high-rated player, and an inform, which would knock off two boxes there. And, of course, Marquinhos, which would go into the lower Icon-related part of the Icon SBC. And then, of course, you've got a Liga NOS Team of the Season guarantee. That's an 87, 88 guaranteed. Fingers crossed you can get lucky, get maybe a Rafa, maybe get a Bruno Fernandes, 94 I think he is, something crazy like that. That would be awesome, right? And then you could whack that into the same icon maybe as the Luka Modric, the same segment as the Luka Modric, and make it so that you can just pack it with 81s and 82s, and then happy days, job done, right? David Alaba is still a very good card, but for me, not really usable. Not usable in terms of quality, but I can't fit him in the team in any way, shape or form, so I don't need that card. Bundesliga Team of the Season guarantee, 10 tokens. It's not terrible, because you've got Havertz, Brandt, Royce, etc. However, you have to be extremely lucky to pack one of those. If you were to grind that for 10 tokens and end up getting, I don't know, for example, Halstenberg, you would be pissed. And don't tell me you wouldn't, because I know you would. So I don't think it's worth the gamble, that, for 10 tokens. If it was the Premier League, I would say maybe, because apart from maybe Maddison, everything else is pretty decent. But because it's Bundesliga, not so much for me. Alex Sandro, let me come back to that. Leroy Sané, I'm not sure this is worth 14 tokens at this stage of the game. In fact, I'm going to go on record in saying that is not worth 14 tokens. I think it's about $500,000, unbelievably, but I don't think it's worth the 14 tokens. Because then you can get a mid-icon, you know. 500,000 coins, if he fits in your team, fine, go for it. But for 14 tokens, you can get a mid-icon. Now, how many mid-icons are out there that could actually fit into your team? Probably not an awful lot, right? You know, you're looking at the Brazilians and maybe someone of Vieira, Hullet or something, right? But it does save you between 200,000 and 300,000 coins if you want to put that into another icon. And that's where I'm torn. I don't know whether to go for the mid-icon, because, you know, there is a chance of a Ronaldinho, of an R9. Who else is in there that I would go for? Vieira, Hullet, of course, I've just mentioned. Ironically, Van der Sar, I wouldn't mind getting, and I'll talk more about that when we get to it. Rijkaard wouldn't be a bad pick either. So there are quite a few in there I actually wouldn't mind getting. But I think I'm going to go for the Luka Modric, the Liga NOS, and the Marquinhos. So then we can go and maybe go into Vieira, for instance. I really should pin this guy. But if we went and got Vieira, like in the 89 rated team, you don't need an inform, but in the 88, Luka Modric can go in there, and that would help us tremendously. The Team of the Season could go in here, help us tremendously, and then Marquinhos could go into the 87 rated team and help us out a lot. And then that would, you know, I'd have to pack it with other things, obviously, but that's the 2 big informs there. And then when it comes to these 2, I can maybe use lesser informs, or we could pack someone or whatever, you know, we have options basically. So that's my thought process behind it, because if I don't get Modric and I don't get Marquinhos, what informs am I going to use in those? Because there aren't any big ones left in packs anymore. I don't have any in the club. What am I going to do? That's the thought process behind it. My hope is that they release maybe an 84 guaranteed Team of the Season, Team of the Week at some point, but I don't know. In terms of content today then, they dropped Flashback Sandro. And I've never face-palmed as hard as I did when I saw that. Because don't get me wrong, right? That's a great card. I like it a lot. We've used Alex Sandro a lot this year. It would fit the team very well, actually, because it would mean Ronaldo could potentially come back into the team. And even if he didn't come back in and Ben Yedder kept him on the bench, he would still link because of Socrates and because of the and various like Firmino and things. It would still link, right? Because we've got Alex Telles at left back at the moment, but this isn't a bad option. Unfortunately, 386s, no informs to be fair, so it's not too bad, but 386s, it's not ideal. It's not cheap, that's for sure. I would say touch expensive. But what annoys me about that, I feel like it's a waste. They've just put the headliner in foot swaps, and now they go and release 93 Alexandro Flashback as an SBC. They had literally the whole of the Serie A to choose from. They had the Dutch League to choose from. All the players at their disposal to give flashbacks to give Team of the Season moments to, and they've gone and picked a player that they've put in foot swaps. I don't understand the logic behind that. I might be being a little bit harsh, but I don't think I am at the same time. Like, why choose a player that you've put in foot swaps? It makes the foot swaps player pointless because you could do this. And then on the other hand, it makes this pointless because you can go and get the foot swaps. I don't really understand the point of why they've done that. And that's all the content that they released SBC-wise to launch a brand new Team of the Season. Maybe I'm being picky there, but I feel like EA have cocked up so much this week. This year in general, but this week in particular, they have messed so many things up in terms of SBCs and even with rewards. Players' clubs were the wrong ones. You had Dembele, who was coming out of packs as a left wing and should be a right wing, or vice versa. And that annoys me as well, by the way, because if you managed to get a red Dembele, and you picked it, obviously you would do if you got the option, but you didn't have Messi or something, then you've picked that red Dembele, happy days. Guess what? You're going to get another one, because they cocked up on the position, so they're letting you keep that one out of position, but they're also going to give you a free one. That annoys me, because those who have picked it will get 2 picks, essentially, for the price of 1, because EA have made a mistake. Now, if you're one of those people, well done, mate. Honestly, you are balling. And if I was in the same position as you, I'd be laughing my head off that EA have messed up, and you're going to benefit from this. But everyone who played in Foot Champs who didn't get that pick, they've missed out twice, because A, they didn't get that pick, and B, they didn't get 2 Dembeles, which you're going to get. But if you didn't pick Dembele and you had the choice, you're probably kicking yourself right now. But it's just mental that EA can make those mistakes constantly. They did it with Sancho back when they released Player of the Month, and they've done it again. Unbelievable. Now let's have a look at these objective players. Hang on, before we do that, we've sold a few things apparently. Have we tipped the balance of our money? We're up to 984,000. You saw me list that, Alessandrini. They are selling. We've sold him for 2k, which is crazy. 800 coins for a non-rare bronze, who literally is trash bags, just because he plays in the MLS. And that is why Bronze Pack Method this week is going to be crazy. But finally, objectives. Suso. That's the best one of the objective, by the way. Suso, 89 Neres, and an 87, and I can't even read that. Zaniolo, maybe? I can't even read it. Oh, there it is. Zaniolo at the top. My bad. I wasn't even looking. So, let's start off with Suso. You need to assist using Spanish players in 9 separate rival wins. That is difficult if you don't have Spanish players already in your team. Let's be honest. It's better than it has been in terms of getting assists with your defenders for the last couple of weeks, which has been an absolute nightmare. I did it for the Premier League. I didn't do it for the last team of the season, Spanish, the La Liga. But I'm not going to do this, I don't think. It's a lot of effort for a 91 rated Suso that, let's be honest, is only going to end up in an SBC for me personally, because he's not going to replace Bale, and that's the end of it. it's probably a good card. I've not looked at it. I do like Suso's inform, so it is probably a good card. I wouldn't be against you doing it. You crack on if you've got the time. But with Weekend League as well, I'll be burnt out by the time Weekend League is done, so that probably isn't viable for me. This Neres card is shocking, to say the least. 10 online single matches, right, which is a lot, and you only get an 89 rated team of the season at the end of it. That is a lot. And the reason I don't like this, for me personally, it's easy because people gift wins on PC and it's not a problem. But for people who actually have to play the game, you come up against people who say home win or whatever and they don't want to play you, and then it's hard to find a game anyway. Then you come up against people who are like, first goal leaves or something, and then you score against them, and they don't leave, so you have to play against this guy who's obviously just toxic. And then the connection, the servers for online singles are absolutely horrific. So you have to play with lag all over the place in online singles. Even if you can find a game, you then have to sit through the lag for an 89 rated team in the season that I'm pretty sure most of us won't be able to fit into the team, either because of quality or just the league in general. But I mean, if you're an Ajax fan, fill your boots, but I'm not a massive fan of it. I will probably do it, but that's by the by, really. It's not, I don't think it's worth doing personally. And this as well. This is a shame. This is an 87 rated team of the season that I would imagine anyone outside of Roma is just not going to care about. It's 15 assists using Italian players in squad battles on world-class difficulty. Had that been professional or semi-pro or something, then maybe would have been worth your time. If you don't play Foot Champs, this is worth your time. But if you play Foot Champs as well, it's another 15 assists you have to get with Italian players to get an 87 rated card that, again, unless you're a Roma fan, it's just SBC fodder. So only you know whether that's worth it for you personally. I will probably do it because there are other things you can tie into it. If you're good enough at this game, you can do this as well as a few others in one. So let's go down to the foot swaps. Score using team of the season players in 3 separate rival matches. That won't be that easy for me, to be honest, because most of my team of the season cards are actually red picks. 3 of them are red picks, and 1 of them is Alisson, who's a goalkeeper. So I'm going to have to go out of my way to do that. I probably will do it because it's a foot swap token, but I am going to have to go out of my way to do it. I'm not complaining about it, I'm just saying it doesn't fit my team, so I'm going to have to go out of my way. Win 4 squad battles matches using a squad with a max rating of 80. So that and the Italian one I can do in one go, right? So I'm probably going to have to play 4 games anyway to get the assists. And especially if I've got a max rating of 80, I'm going to have to bronze bench. And then I can whack out the Italians and that in one go. So that's fine. And then there's this one as well. Assist 10 goals using MLS players in squad battles. So that one is assist 15 goals using Italians, and this one is using MLS. If there is an Italian MLS card, you are laughing because you can do those both at the same time. This is only professional difficulty though, to be fair. So I think what I'll end up doing is I'll probably do this in 2 games just by itself, and I won't worry about anything else. And then I'll do this one, max rating of 80, and the Italian one together. I think that's the best way to do it. Unfortunately, I won't be doing this because I'm not doing Suso. I refuse to play and trying to attempt to win 9 games with just assisting with Spanish players. It wouldn't be too difficult, to be fair. All you need to do is get yourself a decent Spanish winger and you're laughing. But unfortunately, I just don't. It's not for me. I won't have time to do it, I don't think. So I'll do Neres and I'll do Zaniolo, but apart from that, just the foot swaps for me this week. It's a shame, really, because they could have done an awful lot more with the objectives. But it is what it is. In terms of the players this week from the team of the seasons, the Italian team of the season. Incidentally, I'm going to switch to my my stream overlay here just to show you the team of the season. You've probably seen it already, but it's just for the sake of going through it here. I apologise, today's got no gameplay as well, actually. I've played a game. We are 1-0 currently. You would have seen it if you've watched the... I could have shown you Rivals gameplay. I've played quite a lot of that. We've actually been promoted as well to Division 3 with the amount that I had to play to get the Ben Yedder review done. But ultimately, Tomorrow will be full of gameplay, so you'll have your fix, definitely. This is the team of the season for Serie A, though. To be fair, out of all that, Ronaldo obviously would be fantastic. 9 Golem would probably make me rethink my choices. But apart from those two, none of them I think I would force into my team. In terms of super sub, Gomez would be awesome. Zapata would be awesome. Quagliarella would be awesome. I may consider putting Koulibaly in there if we were to get him like as a red pick or something. But ultimately, Ronaldo and maybe 9 Golem were the only ones to walk into the team. And that would demand a massive reshuffle. But, you know, it is what it is. And of course, the other team of the season is actually the one I'm more excited for. This has minimum 3 players I would love to pack. So the first of which, obviously, is going to be De Ligt, right? That guy I want in my team. That is the player out of both of Team of the Season combined I want in my team. That is the next target. Whether I pack him on Sunday in the guaranteed, or whether I get him as a red pick, or whether I have to buy him, I don't care. I want him. At the moment, he's about $1 mil. Don't know what he is on your platform, but on PC, he's about $1 mil. So, might have to buy him. But I'm hoping I can be super lucky this week and get him somehow in a pack. And in terms of the rest of them, I mean, De Jong wouldn't go amiss. There's a few others in there as well. I think Dumfries as well, the right back, isn't that bad at all. So, I mean, you could like get those 3 in like a 3-prong sort of triangle-esque thing in your team with chemistry. I have sort of not worked it out per se, but I have sort of looked at it, and this is definitely an option. So just whacking him in there, basically. I've changed the formation around, but whacking him in there instead of Laurent Blanc. And he's off chem. He'd be on 7 chem with the manager, gets a manager sort of league change. But he'd be off chem, right? He'd be on 7 chem. If I put Tagliafico there, he's on full chem. And I don't mind that. And of course, Gerrard eventually changes to Patrick Vieira. And for the time being, we're happy days. I'm going to leave it, though. I'm not going to worry about it just yet. He's down below $1 mil now, which is awesome. He'll come down again even more, hopefully down to about 700,000 or 800,000 coins. And then if worse comes to worse, we just buy him. But I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. A, we might pack him. B, we might get him as a player pick. And C, they might drop something in SBCs that we want more. Or we want and need quicker because we need to complete it faster. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna leave it for a while. Just going to play Weekend League with the team that we've got right now. And we'll see where we are. I'm still hoping to pack that team of the season, Ronaldo. So fingers crossed, right? But 4th time's a charm. If you have enjoyed today's episode because you're crazy like that, then do me a favor and hit that like button. Tomorrow is going to be gameplay filled. There will be a couple of packs, but mainly gameplay. So look forward to that. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Till the next time, goodbye.